Good morning, guys. It's Chris, the Ultimate Recycler, in the emergency storage shed, and it's an exciting morning this morning because we get to start a whole new shelf, starting at the top with some mystery boxes, and I have no idea what's in them, so it is a real mystery to me at this stage. Hopefully we got some good value because we've been doing really well lately with value. You may notice behind me that there's some stuff added to the shelf that we had cleared off. Let me explain. Yes, the shed's still looking pretty good, but we have added some stuff here to the shelf that was pretty much empty. I'm still taking some e-waste. Yes, shock horror. I said I wasn't going to. I'm not taking general appliances, and I'm saying no to most people that come in the shop, but I'm saying I still collect vintage hi-fi gear. I picked up this Philips CD104, quite an iconic CD player from the very early days of CD. That little thing weighs 7 kilos. It's very well made. They have quite a following. It's probably worth a few $100s at least. However, the CD isn't reading, so that will be a project down the track, but I certainly wasn't going to knock that back. This more modern CD player came with it, and you saw the Pioneer, I think, in the last episode. That's a project. From another guy, I also got this combo VHS DVD. It's a Panasonic, I think. Yes, quite a valuable unit. Could get $200 to $300 on eBay. Unfortunately, the the DVD doesn't read. The VHS plays perfectly. So again, I think that's worth me fixing up. I'm not going to say no to these jobs. That's my little test TV. I only moved it here because it was in the road in the other room. So we still have this end of the shelf free. Down the bottom, I have added another CRT computer monitor, around about 2000, 2001, I think. And that was dropped off as well for e-waste. And I'm not going to knock back CRT TVs or monitors or vintage computer gear at all because there's too much value in it, and I like fixing these things. Now, that one I did try to boot up because I would have taken it straight to the shop, and it doesn't work, so I might have a look at that down the track. I don't mind saving projects like that because they don't come along very often, and eventually all these CRTs are going to be gone. So here we got to, in the last episode, we finished that area, all clear. I have swept up. And our next step is this shelf here. And this is exciting because there's some pretty cool stuff on this shelf. We're going to start with the top boxes. There's newspaper sticking out of that one, so it's breakables of some sort. Hopefully they're not broken. It could be just glass or crockery, I don't know. The one next to it is a total mystery, as is most of the other stuff, although this one says Matoa Anders, so it's obviously got some family history stuff there. This one says Nagambi. I've saved history stuff from Nagambi as well. We'll have a look through that, but that might end up at the local museum. And eventually I'll probably take some of the old Matoa stuff I'm finding back over there to the museum. But family history will keep. Anyway, we'll get to that in due course. Let's get this white box through to the bench first and see what's inside. Now, I'm loving these unboxings. We're finding some great stuff and some really good value. And I think, did I say we're up to episode 174? So that's just amazing. Will we get to 4 years? I think with the stuff out there, we pretty well will. One item every week or one box every week, sometimes two. And we might get two today because this looks like a box of teapots. Shouldn't take long to sort out. Now, if I was in the UK, I'd be stopping to have a cup of tea because all the UK content creators that I watch seem to have cups of tea at the drop of a hat. Oh, there's a little character. Well, it's a character jug, mug type thing. I don't think it's very old. It's possibly Japanese made. It does say something there. Can't quite make that out. And it has got a little... I don't think it's a chip. I think it was just a bit of a glaze miss where the glaze didn't take. Oh, there's a chip on the back. That's definitely a chip. Very clunky, quite thick, quite heavy, and yet fairly small. And I can't work that out. I'll see if I can work out what it says underneath. But I don't think there's much value in there. Maybe we'll try $5. Now, the date on this paper, I think we've been getting a lot of stuff from a deal I did a long time ago, 2010. That's about when I bought it. And there's a lot of stuff that came from a charity shop in a town, not from, well, quite away from here. And I don't know why it ended up in these people's home, whether they were running a charity shop and it closed up and they just inherited everything. I don't know. What's this, a little jam pot? Has an insert. I don't think that necessarily goes with it. British made Manoware, just a little cup. Mustard spoon probably doesn't even go with that. It's slightly the wrong colour. And I think it's just a fluke that it fits. I don't think it actually belongs to that. I'd call that, maybe it is a jam pot. I don't know that it's a sugar bowl. Perhaps we could leave that spoon with that one. But it doesn't need the liner inside. No, that doesn't fit properly. So that's a resin lid. This is china. Oh no, maybe it's all resin. Or maybe it's not resin. Maybe it's just some sort of crude ceramic. Not sure. Don't think it's much value. Flatford. Don't know where Flatford is. Maybe it's in the UK. Not sure. I'm only going to put $5 on that. Don't know if we'll leave a spoon with it or not. It doesn't quite fit properly. All right. Maybe we'll just leave it all together. Put the insert back in there. Someone else can sort it out. Probably only $5. Right, teapots. This one looks fairly modern. Oh, we do have a lid. So that will wash up okay. It's not damaged. Often the spouts get chipped, but this one's okay. Kind of maybe 70s era. Looks like it's designed to sit on a hot plate or maybe on a wood stove. Yep, kind of retro. We might get 10. Teapots sell okay. And here we have a hand-painted vase. Oh, it's slip cast, they call that. Nothing special going for that at all. I think we'll just put 5 on that. A floral teapot. Duchess, it is an English one, but not super early, probably 1980s, maybe 90s. Clean enough, no chips, still got all its gold trimming. I think we'd probably get 20 for that, but given that it's an English teapot. Okay, there's some other little bits and pieces in here. That is Royal Bayreuth, Germany, not sure on that one. What would that be, a toothpick holder? I'm guessing. Might be part of a set. Oh, here we have a kookaburra. Unfortunately, his lower beak has been broken off. Kookaburra, I guess, or a kingfisher. It's signed, but I can't make that out. Now, if that was something like Grace Seacombe, that would be worth a lot of money, but he's been glued back on the stump as well. But I don't think that's... No, I can't read that at all. I'll have to have a bit more of an inspection of that one as well. Could be a home pottery, but it's certainly been damaged. Okay, what's in this one? Oh, a little basket vase with a floral decoration on the front. Yeah, the flowers are chipped. Then all these floral decorations get chipped and broken so easily. It's got a 5 on the bottom. I'm not sure where that's from. It's not chipped there. No, I think the only damage is one of the petals. A couple of the petals are broken off and someone's coloured it in with texture. So yeah, not much value there either, I don't think. All right, another teapot. This is more of a Japanese style. Quite fine china. It has got a fracture to the lid. Very fine. It's almost eggshell china. Can you see my shadows of my fingers through it? Very thin. Yeah, Chinese or Japanese mark underneath. Quite, I guess that's kind of mid-century, maybe 60s. Is chipped on the spout and someone's filled it. So it's been repaired. But yeah, it's actually got a... Oh no, it's not a crack, is it? I think that's part of the decoration. But there is a fracture through the middle here. Maybe 10, it will wash up quite nicely, but it is damaged. Okay, here we have, looks English, Royal Albert. And it's a sugar bowl. Not a very sought after Royal Albert pattern, but Royal Albert is a good name to have on the bottom. We'll probably get 10 for that. Something small here. A little pot. Thomas Mousen, not sure how you say that. Possibly German. Have to check that out. Don't think there's much value there, maybe 5. A very interesting retro type bowl here. And it says looks like it says Marianne Rose. So maybe home studio pottery, but quite a nice design. I quite like that. Little bit of a flea bite chip to the edge there. But I think that will grab someone's attention. We might even try 10 on that. Right, not much left in here. Another small, a couple of small items. Oh, it's one with a lid. Okay, Simplex France. I don't actually know what that is. Very small inside. Huge amount of... Do they even go together? I think they do. They're kind of the right colour. But I guess that's the base. I don't know. It's too elaborate just for a jam pot. Doesn't hold enough for sugar. It's in a tapered shape, so maybe you press something in there, pressed meat. I don't know. I don't think it's for butter. I'll have to do some checking on that, but offhand I don't know what that is. And a very interesting, extremely unusual aeroplane jug. Is it? Is it a teapot? An aeroplane teapot? Don't have a lid for it. I assume it had a lid to go in here. I gather it's British, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's like Chinese and they've just added the British Air Force symbol. Is it the British Air Force symbol? It's always a bit amusing that it looks like a target. I mean, when you're flying planes around in a war, you don't want targets painted on the side of your ride. Okay, that is very unusual. I can't say I've ever seen that before. I've never seen any of this. It must have been packed up by someone else. And I don't know what to put on that, but it's certainly quirky. Maybe $10. So we haven't got much value here. I'll wash this stuff up and we'll have a look at it on the notepad later. I'll use the paper to light my fire. Let's get the other box. Well, this one's super heavy and it tested my shoulders getting it down from that top of that box. It rattles a bit, so I'm thinking crockery, maybe plates, given that it's so heavy, which shouldn't take long to go through. Not much value probably, unfortunately, but we've got to deal with it all. Okay, yeah, plates. Plates and sauces. Oh, mostly sauces. And lots of them. Oh, goodness. Well, certainly not my favourite box. We have probably a lot of English stuff. And just odds and ends, I'd suggest. Some of them might be okay, but they're quite worn. Yeah, they're English. That's a Johnson one. Old Foley. And that looks like, yeah, that's Johnson Brothers. This one looks like some sort of, oh, Swinnerton's, that one. So we have a set of those. Oh, that's different. Actually looks like the same company though. No, British Anchor, 1959. Just going through these a bit more. They're pretty boring. That one's not so bad. I think that's a Meakin one. Yeah. So those blue 5001s would be Meakin again. Oh, Johnson Brothers. Oh, that one's Meakin. So nothing very exciting. Just lots and lots of saucers and side plates. All fairly common English patterns. That one's very worn. Yeah, they're no good. So I don't know what we're going to do. We might just put them all in. Oh, that one would probably get $5. That's just a wall hanging plate. That's Japanese, that one. So there might be the odd one I'd pick out, but most of them, maybe we could leave the whole box as one lot. That might be better. Someone that does mosaics might like them. That one's actually broken. I guess we'll go through and pull out any ones that 1985, hand painted. It was $2 at a charity shop. That one's not bad. Oh, that matches the other Japanese one. Maybe we could sell them as a pair. But perhaps I think I'll put most of them back in the box and sell them. Oh, that one's badly stained. That's Japanese. And we'll sell them as one lot. What's that one? English again. Have a quick look through the last pile, make sure there's nothing of value. They're all very badly worn. So there's not even any really good English names. Haven't got any Shelley, we haven't got any Royal Dalton. We had one Royal Albert teapot, didn't we? But there's no Royal Albert in here. And these last ones, it looks like they're a set of plates. British Anchor plates. And so smaller plates and larger plates. Well, they might sell separately, but I think all the saucers and side plates, all the little ones, will leave in the box at one price. With everything washed up and researched and checked and priced, we can go through our booty for today. Things cleaned up very nicely, and it'll be quite presentable in the shop. It'll be good to get a bit more china in there because our cabinets are emptying out because we're not buying any more stock. And I found a few surprises amongst it. Let's start at the front here. This is actually, I was actually very close when I said pressed meat. It's a pate, a mini pate terrine or pot. And they sell quite well actually. 1920s, I saw a few people mention it at. I think I went for $10 on that. No, I think I went 15. I don't remember. We'll have a look at the notepad shortly. It's got little lion's head symbols on the side. It's French, as you saw from the stamp. So a bit unusual. I've never had one of those before. This one is German. Thomas Porcelain is a division, I think, or a subsidiary of Rosenthal, if I remember my research correctly. And the Musen is a perfume and cosmetics company. And this was made in collaboration with them or as a promotion or something. It's just a little pot. I think I went $5 on that. Couldn't identify this artist. I don't know that it does say Marianne. It says something like that, but I think it's home studio pottery. It's quirky and I kind of like it. So I reckon we're going to go $10 on that because I'm sure someone else will like it as well. Couldn't identify the pottery vase. It may be Australian, might be English. I think that is a teapot. And what else did we discover? Everything else pretty well you'll see in the price list shortly. Oh, I found out a bit more about this. Flatford is in the UK, and this was a souvenir tourist piece, and the insert and the spoon does go with it. And that's why I said the spoon didn't fit properly when you don't have the insert, but it changes the angle when it sits on the insert and it actually fits quite nicely. So it's a little jam pot or something similar. It is some type of ceramic or porcelain. It's just been has a different finish on it to what you normally see. And yes, it's Mannerware, which is actually marked on the insert. I think we'll get $10 for that. It is quite a nice little piece. This one is USA. It's actually Uncle Sam. I didn't recognise him. And the writing, which I did put the text up on the screen, AI helped me with that because I still cannot really make it out, but apparently it dates to 1976. And these were available in a set of 3, being your red, white and blue. This is obviously the blue one, and it's just a character mug, I think made in Oklahoma, if I remember correctly. But they don't bring a great deal. This one has got a chip. I think I just stayed with 5 on that. As far as all the plates go, I sorted them out into, this is all one set. I think this was British Anchor. Yes. I'm going to try $20 on that set. We'll see how we go. Dinner sets are notoriously hard to sell. Often we do better breaking them up and selling them per item, but plates I usually leave in a stack. We'll try and get 20 for that. I think we'll get 10 for the pair of little Japanese wall plates. I said earlier we didn't have any good brands in this. Well, we did. This was actually Royal Albert, these two. So we'll try and get 5 for the pair of Royal Albert side plates. And these really badly worn ones were actually Royal Dalton. But the pattern's not very interesting and they're quite worn and one of them's even cracked. So they're just going to go in the mosaics box and with this one that fell apart when I was cleaning it. The rest of them, I'm going to put them in a box out the front at $1 each. There's 38, I think, of them. So I think I wrote down $20. We should be able to sell at least 20 of them. We should sell a lot eventually. They're quite nice side plates. A lot of them aren't damaged at all. And there was a time when I'd get $5 each per side plate and saucer for people that were completing sets or replacing a broken piece. But we'll put them out the front, see how we go. So that actually has a surprising total. If we look at the notepad, oh, but just before we get to that, I forgot to mention the kookaburra. Now, even though it's damaged, I think I put $10 on it. Where you can see our total there, $185. Pretty amazing how it adds up, isn't it? Where did I write down the kookaburra? There we go, on stump, $10. It's actually, it was a bit hard to work out the writing, but it's Hatton Beck. I think it says H. Beck or H, it might be Henry Hatton Beck. And he was a studio potter in Australia, in Melbourne, in the, well, I think he started pretty early in the 1900s and went through, he lived to a fair old age. He was connected with Merrick Boyd and even William Ricketts, so some quite well-known studio potters from around the Melbourne area. And he did a few figurines like this of Australiana, kookaburra on a stump, but he was a bit more well-known for ceramic glazed tiles, actually doing pictures out of glazing ceramic tiles. So he was quite well known. He had studios in numerous areas. I think he ended up in Brisbane and taught at the Brisbane Technical College or something. So quite a bit of history. Anyone that's into Australian pottery will probably know that. They would have even recognised the signature. It's not one I've come across before. Anyway, our total, as I just suggested, $20 on that teapot. I think we mentioned it was a better item, $20 on the plates, and I allowed $20 for the assorted saucers and side plates, $185. That's actually not bad for a couple of boxes of crockery that really there was no standout items. A little bit of damage on some of them as well, but some interesting pieces. So thanks for coming along again today. We have 2 boxes that have now left that storage shed. I'll take these all to the shop and we'll move them on as quick as we can. An interesting mix, a nice change from electronics or from mechanics workshop tools or old bottles. I like to get a bit of variety in my videos. We will be having some boxes of books come up, I'm sure. And who knows what's in the next ones that we have to look at next week. What was your favourite piece today? I think I like the kookaburra. Even though he's damaged, I do have a soft spot for Australiana and Australian pottery. And I've learnt a bit about Hatton Beck. Henry Hatton Beck. I've never actually heard of him before, and I'm sure I haven't had any of his pottery before. If I was still collecting Australian pottery, I'd keep this guy, even though he's a bit broken. But I'm sure someone else will love him in their collection. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.